In a world with terrible movies, four friends compete against each other to watch the worst of the worst. After seeing the movies, they come together and review them for your pleasure. Who saw the worst movie? What did they think of it? Was it really that bad? The challenges are different every week, but Andre, Mike, Mitchell, and T-Dawg have to have their wits about them. No one wants to see a bad movie, so to be forced to is the worst thing imaginable. Can they stay off the loser board and not have to see a bad movie? Or will it be their time to lose this week? The answer to these questions and more on Game for a Movie.
Welcome to the second episode of Game for a Movie, the competition game/podcast where four friends compete to see bad movies.
Hell yeah.
I am your host, Mike. I am joined by
Mitchell.
Andre.
T-Dawg.
They even pick up.
T-Dawg.
Come on, man. You gotta say it louder.
T-Dawg.
No.
You have a
Your
very
favorite ASMR host.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
You can't do
No, it's alright. Let's keep going.
Okay.
it. His name is T-Dawg.
He has a very T-Dawg name, but a very NPR voice.
Yes.
We've come to this consideration.
Very
It's
true.
all things considered.
Yeah,
but-
did we consider that?
We each, in the past 2 weeks, have seen a movie. One of us lost a competition, which you can see on our YouTube page and our Wix page, guys. We have a Wix page.
Dude,
And-
Wix it real good.
As well as we are now on iTunes.
Hell yeah. Wow,
Yeah!
that is official.
Let's go.
It's official.
Way to go, Mike.
Get that explicit rating.
We did get that.
yes,
Yeah,
we
We
thanks
need
to
to
yours
like,
truly.
yeah, we don't
Yeah,
need to
dude.
do
Are
a
we-
disclaimer like, you know.
I mean, we can say.
Are we rolling into it? Because
Well, we'll go disclaimer first. Spoilers ahead.
Yeah.
Second disclaimer. Fuck this.
yeah.
Oh, fucking Andre.
So I guess we're going to continue getting our explicit rating.
Sweet.
Rated E for everyone. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell my
that's that
friends.
big old E right there.
The
Yeah.
Yeah.
big red E on it. Yeah.
Yes, it's
Okay.
for everyone, guys. Come on.
All right. So we are going to jump in. I'm going to start this week, and we're going to go
How
to our
selfish.
loser.
How selfish.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
I'm very selfish. You know why? Because I'm the favorite.
Oh!
Speaking of the favorite, I saw the favorite.
Did you just? Oh.
Cheers into that. That's really good.
I'm the master of transitions. Don't you guys know this?
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't rehearse that. That was
Yeah,
off the cuff.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know
that's-
what movie you watched, and then I remembered you guys talking about
Yep.
favorites.
Yep,
and
yep.
all
No,
that.
wow,
Oh,
dude.
see?
See, it's
See,
like
T-Dawg
poetry
is up to
rhymes.
speed.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm catching up.
So
don't worry.
I saw the favorite. I will preface this by saying I really dislike period pieces. I really
Ooh.
do.
Okay.
My fiance wanted to see it, and as you know, guys, keep the lady happy.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
we went and saw it. I will start with her rating first, just so everybody knows. She gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
So she enjoyed it.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
thoroughly thought it was good. It was entertained. Laughed a bunch. Like, I laughed too. And
I'm a huge fan of hers.
yeah.
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 I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, she knows her shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to preface it that way, saying that I don't like period pieces.
Great.
It was extremely well written, extremely well directed, and extremely well
Wow,
acted.
you are like doing a lot of asterisks here. Just
but
prepare.
I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Well,
This is my review of Roma, by the way.
yeah. One of the things I loved the cast.
Dragon
I
Ball's
mean,
well, but- Sorry. Go ahead.
we got Rachel Weisz, we've got Olivia Colman, we've got Emma Stone. Like it's a trio of just amazing actresses that all needed this screen time, and I love the way they divvied it up. Everybody did a great job coming into the movie, and as well as the director. There was these shots that were done with like a fisheye lens that were really cool and really well done, and it was one of those things that I remember as I'm watching it going, this is awesome. Like, this is really well done. So now to get to my rating. Because here's where everybody's going to start to make fun of me. I give it 2 out of 5 pigeon shot.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh yeah, what? That's
Well, I've seen the
okay.
movie, so I get that.
Yeah.
I get the rating.
So it's not like I'm shading on it, giving it a 1. It's just all the period piece took away from it. This was such a good movie that it brought it back to a 2.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
I automatically start at 0.
Oh wow, so you would say that as far as period pieces go, this is one of your more liked ones.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like I said, extremely well written, extremely well directed, and extremely well acted. As well as I love the little nods. Like there's this ballroom scene where they start doing these very modern dances, and it feels kind of like it's making fun of the period almost.
Yes.
And so it's very aware of what it is. Plus, some of the dialogue is just so witty and just so off the cuff that
amazing.
it's hard not to like this movie, even though it is a period piece.
Right, so you're just biased against the genre.
Yes,
Gotcha.
So you're just way off the target audience, basically.
pretty much. Yeah.
And to be honest, that's like half a movie watching. If you're
Right.
not, especially with genre pieces, because
Yeah.
it's so damn specific.
Oh yeah.
So if you're not in on it from the beginning,
And I went in knowing I'm probably not gonna like this the same as Claire.
yeah.
And it's fine. I understand. I wanted to see it because she wanted to see it, and we had a great night. That being said, I didn't enjoy it as much as she did either,
Right.
But 2 isn't bad. Okay, so when we were messaging on GroupMe, there was I thought you were gonna give it half.
I was
a
ready
rate,
for a half, yeah.
half.
Slight nod to GroupMe. We would be happy to sponsor you.
Man,
Yeah,
that
give us
We're not-
free access to your application or
That
something.
is
Don't we already have free?
yeah.
You don't have to say it out loud.
Bro.
We need leverage.
Sorry. Sorry, this app that's free in the App Store.
As someone who saw it and is a big fan of the 8 movies that are nominated for Best Picture, it's my favorite of the 8.
It is the favorite.
It is the favorite.
Okay.
No pun intended.
No, pun totally intended.
Oh, okay, sure.
I caught you.
Not my favorite of the year in general, but my favorite of the year did not make Best Picture. But I thought the favorite, in terms of what I've seen from, and I'm going to read this director's name, he's Greek, Yorgos Lanthimos, okay?
I left him out because I wasn't going to try.
Yeah.
It's rough, and I probably just butchered it. So he had directed, for those who have seen his work before, Killing of a Sacred Deer and The Lobster. This is the first movie, at least on a wide release scale, that he directed but did not write. So
interesting.
the
Okay.
witty dialogue and stuff, you can't entirely credit to him. But I will say this. That type of dialogue was not present in his previous 2 movies.
Interesting.
But the
Okay.
aesthetic of
Yeah.
the favorite in terms of the feel, the tone of the characters, very much so in The Lobster and Killing of a Sacred Deer. In different ways.
So it's interesting because those are 2 movies that I've had on my list before that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And now knowing that it's also his movies,
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I even more so want to see it because this movie was so well done. It felt like a passion piece because it felt like everybody put in their all.
Yeah.
And not that other movies don't, but comparing it to the Humanity Bureau, where Nick Cage is getting a paycheck,
Yeah.
this was very much so. It felt like, oh, I want to do this because of this movie, because of this script or whatever.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
passion you
Yeah.
can tell in the project.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's Fox Searchlight, so it's
Right.
independent and all that, which is
Right.
great. And I will say this. Emma Stone, I have a huge bias towards. I think she is
Same.
one of the... Yeah, she is
Yeah.
gorgeous, obviously, a talented actress, and, a chameleon. I mean,
Yeah.
she has done so many different roles, but you could tell it's Emma Stone every single time. She puts a piece of herself in each of those
right,
roles.
like it couldn't be anybody else.
It couldn't be anyone else. And I think it's really her sense of timing, her comedic timing.
Oh, yeah.
It shines in this movie.
Right.
And, I think Olivia Colman, rightfully so, is the one who's getting all the spotlight in terms of
See, I
nominations
loved
and
Olivia
stuff.
Colman in this movie.
Absolutely.
And I'm so glad I know her from other things too because have you seen Broadchurch? Anybody?
No.
So
Nope.
Broadchurch is a British TV show. Very dramatic, very over the top dramatic. But it's a fantastic show. She is the lead alongside David Tennant, which goes to show you the acting chops there that I'm talking about her as well. On that, she is absolutely fantastic. I loved her in Broadchurch. I loved her in The Favorite. And it's another thing going to your the timing, the wittiness. They're all so good at comedic timing and nailing those little moments. Because even there's moments where they focus on faces and stuff like that, and you can tell they're thinking, they're going, they're not just, okay, I'm just standing here because I was told not to say a line.
Right.
It's very much so. Oh, well, as the queen, I'm thinking, ha ha ha, I own you because you're my person,
Right.
like that.
There's a lot of nonverbal dialogue, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And she has, in my opinion, the best role. Like,
Yeah.
she had the most to sink her teeth into because this is such a batshit portrayal of Queen Anne.
Oh yeah, it's over the top.
And just to briefly go over the plot of the movie, so
Yeah.
Queen Anne famously, this is loosely based off historical fact,
Right.
very loosely.
Very loosely.
But Queen Anne did not bear an heir. So this was a movie about her and alleged love affairs with two of her female servants, I guess you can call them. I don't know what the right term is.
They're ladies in waiting.
Ladies in waiting.
Yeah,
There it is.
which is their term. But basically, they still service the queen.
Glorified
Yes.
indentured servants.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other things going on in there, but ultimately being the favorite is what earns you the right to live, in the upper crust of within this castle.
Emma Stone is trying to get back to her ladyship because she is no longer a lady. So she worked as a servant first.
Yes.
And then is trying to become a lady.
She literally walks into the castle with mud on her dress.
Right.
That's how low of a character she starts out as.
Yeah. But it was really, really well done. 2 out of 5 pigeon shot.
Yeah.
Is what I would say, because
That's a
there's a
good-
lot of like pigeon shooting.
Okay.
And there's also a lot of sex that I did not expect.
Absolutely, there's a ton of sex.
Yeah, that is another thing. Like, I'm not, sex, yay, like that kind of stuff. It was just, yeah, it's
That was you in the theater.
caveman.
Yeah.
The caveman, okay?
Pornhub.com, yay!
I didn't even know the website.
Okay, Michael.
But it was just one of those things that caught me off guard because, like, I was not expecting it in this kind of movie, and all of a sudden, there's a breast. Okay, that's not expected. All right, fine.
That's also what you say when you go to Pornhub. You're like, oh no, what is this?
You know that,
Stars,
What type
are
of hub
these?
is this?
so I do not know the website, but I have heard there is a guy that does like wholesome porn videos on there.
Oh, that's become a meme. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen that on
Wholesome
Instagram.
porn videos?
Yes, like encouraging you while you find the correct video on Pornhub. Like
Yes.
that's his video.
Right.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
so fun.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably cut this whole thing because my parents are probably gonna listen.
Okay. Well,
And I
you know.
don't think they should know that I.
That you like dick.
No.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Well, this is so you make sure that you cut this part.
Yeah.
So you make sure that this is not making the
That's the
broadcast.
only part that actually makes
Great.
So there was a lot of unexpected sex. And now we're going to wrap this conversation up and go to Mitchell. Mitchell, what did you see?
Oh, the favorite, a period piece on acid. I loved it. But I will say the movie. Okay, so I see a ton of movies, which you guys know. I'm gonna tend to pick to the movie that gave me the strongest reaction when I saw it since our last podcast, and that movie was actually the one I saw last night called "They Shall Not Grow Old," which I mentioned on our last podcast about one that I was looking forward to. So now, what was great about it was, at the time of our last pod, I had no idea that it was going to come out in Connecticut because it was limited release. This is technically a foreign film directed by Peter Jackson, which is a World War I documentary. Okay, so it was initially released one day only in December. It eventually got 2 more days at the end of that month, and AMC and I think a couple other bigger chains picked it up for February, which is amazing. So it's playing now in Connecticut. And I got to see it, and guys, it did live up to the expectations that I had for it. So, yeah.
So I'm curious, what makes it a foreign movie? Just because it's Peter Jackson, or is it because I remember you saying it's World War I and everything like that. Does it follow a different army? Because the first thing I thought was like USA, that kind of stuff.
Right. No, so it specifically follows British soldiers going out to the Western Front. So Peter Jackson did this in conjunction with a archive group that has all this World War I footage, and they actually approached him in 2014, and they said, "Hey, do you have an idea of how we can make this into a documentary? All we ask is that you use our footage." So, given that task, he mulled about it for like 6 months and came back to them with a presentation of like, "Hey, not only are we going to put this out, we're going to clean up the footage. It's going to look pristine." And the beautiful thing about film, it carries so much information, even in those old celluloid days. where with modern technology you could draw out the best image possible with the right tools. So he was able to do that, and they did one better and colorized a lot of it. And I saw it in Real D 3D. And
This is in 3D?
I kid you not, dude.
Wow.
It is incredible how they treat the 3D dimensions with the presentation of this movie. They really go out of their way to get a foreground and a background. And the most beautiful part about this movie, and ultimately it's the point, it's a movie without a real plot. It's about basically putting you in those boots, in those trenches, in no man's land, in the Western Front. And it humanizes these soldiers who are 19, 20 years old in a very vivid way that otherwise we would not have based on the archival footage if they were just presented as normal. So They Should Not Grow Old starts off like this. It is, they present the footage for like the first 10 to 15 minutes as black and white. You get the 3D effect, but it's black and white. It's cleaned up and whatever. And it's presented as a box, as a 1x1 box on a bigger screen. And once the boys that you're introduced to, they go into war, the screen goes wide and you're in color.
Oh, cool.
And it's almost like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that's,
you know?
yeah.
Almost like that moment when she goes to Oz. So you vividly see all these guys live their life. And, you know, there isn't a ton of footage of them actually firing, going into battle. A lot of that was still photography back then, because a lot of the people who were filming, they were mainly miles behind enemy lines away from the front lines, I should say. And they were capturing the moments when these guys were days away from battle, just bored, just kind of shooting the shit. And those are some of the best moments, because when I was watching that movie, I saw a lot of us just hanging out, just being dudes, just like trying to pass the time.
Right.
And the whole thing about the movie was these are young men. And
crazy. Like 19? Are you kidding me? I couldn't even imagine.
Absolutely.
Right.
And frankly, no one in that shot, in any of the shots that you saw in the movie, understood what the hell they were in.
Right.
You know, the gravity of the situation. There had never been a world war before. So it's really interesting how they portray the mindset of these kids going into war. You see all these shots of them smiling and waving at the cameras because, filming was in its infancy.
Right.
Anytime you saw a camera, you're just going to smile.
Right. What a cool novelty.
Exactly. And it's funny, 100 years later, we're seeing like an audience 2-3 generations down the line seeing these guys in living color. Anyway, so you see these guys smiling, and Peter Jackson does a terrific job of this, juxtaposing that to the still photography of corpses of these kids eventually dying. And it really drives in the point of the casualties of war.
Right.
And it's, anyway, a very harrowing experience. I will say this, I liked it overall. We're in this boom of documentary filmmaking, and I'm so excited to see a movie like this that pushed the boundaries of technological filmmaking, especially in the documentary form. It did drag a little bit. I mean, it's not all exciting. There's no real plot, so it's like
there's no narrative really to follow besides the greater war itself, really.
Exactly, and it shouldn't take away from the movie overall, because I think it's,
it still has a purpose. It's just
it's important.
Yeah,
I think it's important to see.
Right.
It sounds really cool, and it's kind of unfortunate this is such a limited release, because I had no idea this is in 3D. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
That's I can't watch it in 3D at home,
No.
right?
No. So it's presented in a normal view as well. So just normal 2D. But I was able to see it in 3D, which is great. And typically I don't say that. Like, only you have to twist my arm for me to go to a 3D movie.
Right. Yeah.
But the sound design was excellent. You could say all you want about Peter Jackson. He's going to go down as one of those filmmakers, similar to George Lucas, where they're going to be remembered for the technological breakthroughs that they introduced to filmmaking. What he did with Lord of the Rings and what he's doing now in documentaries, which I never thought I would say. It's special, man. Yeah. So it's a fantastic movie, very relatable, especially if you're a young man. I'll say that.
Right.
Because this is specifically focused on male soldiers. They could have gone in so many different directions in doing World War One. And this is the direction they chose to keep within an hour and a half. And then a bonus thing at the end of the movie, they had like a 20-minute, after the credits rolled, a 20-minute thing of Peter Jackson explaining and showing you how they achieved all the technological stuff they did. From coloring, from the sound design, they hired actors. They did so much research on this film. All the guys that were on screen that they had dubbed over, they tried to find from what area of England they were and hire actors with that accent.
Oh,
Wow, that's cool.
It's incredible.
The extra mile.
Really, yeah. This is a project, like I said, he was approached in 2014 and we're seeing it today.
Yeah.
So this is a passion project. I really hope Peter Jackson or whoever invests more into this stuff and explores the other stories of World War One or maybe even World War Two. And that would be, I would love to see that again. So They Shall Not Grow Old. I'm giving it I don't know what I'm going to be serious. I'm just going to give it 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
Just because of what kind of movie it is.
Yeah, right.
4 out of
No,
5
that's-
helmets or something.
Yeah,
like that.
helmets.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
Keep-
it's
Keep your helmet on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trench warfare is shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah,
Woof.
sorry for kind of bringing down the pod. We were just
No,
Oh, it's
no,
all-
no.
it's-
I wouldn't say
it's
you
all
brought
good.
down at all. Like,
And I actually think, I mean, it is an important movie. Yeah, we joke around, we have a good time and stuff like that. We see terrible movies and stuff, but there's sometimes that we see like these great movies that that we feel like we have a purpose to share with the audience. I
Yes.
think this is a very important
Yes.
movie, and it couldn't have come at a better week because remember who's presenting after with their movies.
Oh,
I
goodness.
mean, I feel like the two wars are probably equatable, and
oh my god.
Sure.
no, maybe
Wow,
not.
T-Dawg with the hot take. Fuego.
I don't know about that one.
Andre, you saw a movie along with me and Mike.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Share us that. Oh, you
One
gotta
second, I
crack
need to
open
prepare
a
for
beer
this.
for this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that didn't.
Oh, here,
it
hold on,
wasn't
hold
as
on, hold
audio.
on.
Whatever. Yeah, there you go. Woof.
Yeah, so
All right,
cracking
so-
open a cold one for this one.
After the so I saw Dragon Ball Super Broly, and I twisted my two good friends' arms into
I
watching
don't know
it
if
with
we were
me.
really
No,
twisted.
I wanted to go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We went and like we wanted to go. We all grew up with Dragon Ball,
Right.
so we had to.
Yes. And I was hearing a lot of buzz about this movie.
I just want to point out. Wait, Mitchell just opened a beer too. This is how this discussion is going.
Yeah. Right. No, I need a
If
drink.
you're at home, please open a beer.
Yeah.
Open a beer.
Open a beer.
So
If
window.
you're old enough.
I feel like I'll try to keep
Thank
the
you,
window
T-Dawg.
dressing brief. We've all the three of us that went to see it. We watched Dragon Ball, right? We watched it when we were kids. I have stuck with Dragon Ball in terms of like games and stuff. It's been just the general like nerd anime zeitgeist for forever. So I feel like I'm seeing Dragon Ball media all the time. I've not watched a single second of Super. That's like the new show that's going on
Yeah.
right now, and this Broly's technically
This is
follow up to that.
Yeah.
So, we saw some powers in there we never seen before. That's
turned blue.
obviously, yeah. Their hair turned blue and it freaked me out.
Yeah.
It was strange.
It
Back
was-
in my
it was
day,
weird.
Super Saiyans had gold hair, not this blue shit. So yeah, that was a fucking Dragon Ball movie if I ever saw one.
It was so Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude. I would love to have been the voice actor for Broly.
You would have passed out. Like, you would have straight up passed
it doesn't
out.
need to be in one session. And I mean,
Probably multiple, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I know the only line he said besides his monologue. He had one monologue
He had,
that
like,
was
one
like
soliloquy.
probably like 2 paragraphs long.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time was just.
Yeah, dude, it was okay.
So
So
much yelling.
basically, as a quick summary for what this movie is, basically, so it's introduced the villain of this movie is Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. He's been in Dragon Ball before, in
He is
offshoot
swole-y.
movies. Yeah, he's very swole. He's very burly. He yells a lot.
I hate Mike. Put that on record. Oh goodness, what a
I mean,
pun.
Basically-
I think his name summarizes. it.
Yeah,
It's like,
right.
you know.
And people I don't know. There's a ton of fan art, and he's a fan favorite character. I never knew why, because he's just super strong, and he has no personality. You saw it.
Yeah.
There was no personality at all.
He was enjoyable. He was likable. That girl took an interest in him.
Oh my god, dude.
None of that made sense.
No, it did not. So anyway, so what people were telling me about this movie was oh yeah, this is a good movie because it actually gives Broly some depth, and I'm like, what? You kidding me? There's no depth at all. Whatever. Basically, this movie, the pacing is all over the place. So the first 45-ish minutes, you would say, around
Oh,
there,
yeah.
that was
Oh,
it
yeah.
goes all, and it's just all about all on
Exposition
yeah,
and-
all exposition, all on Planet Vegeta, which is basically just Goku, Vegeta, and Broly's backstory, which is basically Superman's backstory.
They're all
they're all on
Krypton
yeah, for all on
Vegeta.
all on Planet Vegeta. Frieza blows it up. Broly gets sent to a random planet. Vegeta's off world, and Goku gets sent to Earth, and all of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z happens while Broly is by himself.
with his dad.
With his dad.
With his
With his really fucked up dad who basically enslaves him.
Yeah, this movie definitely told me that parents suck.
Yeah,
in the
no,
Dragon
right.
Ball
There's-
universe.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, are you kidding me? Dude,
Yeah, they're
Goku
terrible.
fucking sucks as a dad.
Right.
There's no good parent in Dragon
Yeah.
Ball. I'll say
No,
that probably.
there is
Too
not.
self-interested. They're all too self-interested.
Yeah, right. Except Piccolo. Piccolo's the one good dad.
Piccolo's great.
Yeah, Piccolo's great.
He did start off as a bad guy though.
But yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
like his
Is
arc,
Piccolo
man.
the green guy?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
the green guy.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's the green guy. Yeah.
T-Dog's in.
Yeah.
I watched
like,
a few
I
episodes
understand
when
now.
I was a kid. You know, we didn't have it. I don't think the whatever cable network it was on originally. I didn't originally.
That was on
get it.
Toonami. I feel like when
Yeah,
I saw
Cartoon
it, so
Network.
Cartoon
Oh, yeah.
Network.
Yeah, but I thought
Was there something before? And
I-
there
well,
may have been.
There may have been.
I
It
think
was on.
preceded Toonami. Like it was.
Was it on, like,
it was
WB?
So there's
before.
another
Eventually, it
channel.
was on.
Okay.
Anyway.
I thought it was on WB,
Was it?
yeah,
Maybe.
but
Yeah.
not
I could be
even
wrong.
WB. It was like something before WB.
Yeah.
And then we-
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
Whatever,
Long
doesn't-
story short, I think the only time I saw it was a few episodes when we were on vacation. So I was able to tune into the Dragon Ball Z universe of it.
I see.
I
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
It was afternoon special for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It was on Toonami for me.
This is yeah.
Late at night though.
Yes.
So 45 minutes of this exposition, and there's like no fighting, which is fine, like whatever. But the exposition's not super interesting. Wasn't super engaged. And then so like it's basically setting up all his backstory, and then they just kind of drive forward this excuse for everybody to be back on Earth chasing the Dragon Balls. Free.
Yeah.
So
Why? Why is Frieza going
So
after the Dragon
Frieza
Balls?
is back, which happened in Super somehow. I don't know how. He can
I'm
turn
sorry.
gold
I
now.
want to jump before we talk about why Frieza is interested in the
Yeah,
Dragon Balls.
yeah.
How did all of the Dragon Balls get found?
What do you mean? So they had
There's
six of them
already.
Yeah, 6 of them already.
Because Vegeta's wife just decided, I'm
That's
gonna
right.
grab
Right. Yeah. No, she
Well,
wants to
Bulma
grab.
has a tracker.
Yeah, she
Bulma
did.
has
They've
a
had a
tracker.
dragon radar,
Yeah.
which has been established for a while.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you gather 7 Dragon Balls together, grants you a wish. Happens once a year. Once you grant the wish, they scatter around the world, and blah 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 blah. The characters have done this so many times that it's so casual to them. So I like the fact that Bulma's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm gonna go and find the Dragon Balls so I can get a mystic Botox, basically, right? Like I can make myself look 5 years younger because 10 years would be too suspicious.
Everybody
I
would
was
ask,
like-
you look 10 years younger. Oh, no, not
Yeah,
me.
yeah, right. Which I thought was like fine, like whatever. Like these main characters, yeah, like it's so trivialized
And I
to them
laughed
now.
when Bulma said that.
Yeah,
But then
right.
what was Frieza's?
So then Frieza is like, in his ship, like we gotta go find the final Dragon Ball with his arms like behind his back, this villainous pose, and he has this big monologue where he basically explains like, no, I don't want immortality. I want to grow 5 centimeters taller because 10 centimeters would be too suspicious.
T-Dawg, your face just lit up with laughter. There.
I like what they're doing with this. I feel like they're having fun with it.
Yes, no, they're
Right.
definitely like so. Another thing we should know about this is that Akira Toriyama is actually writing this. The guy who originally made Dragon Ball, he doesn't write Super. He's like, I think he like is a producer on it or some sort of like executive thing, but he doesn't write or like.
But he
direct
signed
Dragon
off on
Ball.
this?
Yeah, no, he wrote.
No,
this.
he
He
wrote
wrote
this?
He
This
wrote
Broly
Broly,
one he
yeah.
made.
So that was part of the
This
big
is
deal.
his
That's
mistake.
yeah. He wrote the screenplay. Yeah.
Just a little judgment.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we already know the stakes are super high.
Growing 5 centimeters or looking 5 years younger.
Oh god.
And so basically it's Vegeta and Goku and Bulma, like in their little ship trying to find the last Dragon Ball in the Arctic. Then Frieza, Broly shows up, and then like pretty much is like, all right, well, we're just gonna fight for 45 fucking minutes of non-stop fighting.
That's not hyperbole.
That's
it was
not.
like 45 minutes.
Yes.
of the
I think you might be light.
movie. Possibly.
You're right. No,
Yeah.
it's probably more closer to an hour, really.
Yeah.
Which, hey, we're watching a Dragon movie. I'm down for some fighting. I want some fighting. In fact, that was one of my complaints where I was like, dude, like, where's the fighting? Like, in Planet
Right.
Vegeta. Like, I wanted Bardock. Like, they showed Goku's dad, Bardock, for a little bit. I want to see a badass moment for Bardock,
Yeah.
It's cool. I want to see him punch Frieza, maybe. I don't know. Whatever.
I'm on board with that.
Maybe
I mean,
cut
like,
down the
I'm-
Broly fight, throw some Bardock in there, maybe make it a little more even. I don't know.
Oh,
Whatever.
you mean balance the movie?
Yeah,
Oh.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
Balancing the movie sounds a little too hard for them.
So, hey, for the next, hour, it's pretty much just Goku and Vegeta trading off, fighting Broly. And the biggest problem with this movie is that Broly has no dialogue. He just screams the whole time. Which is it might sound, it sounds like, well, you expect that in a Dragon Ball movie. There's always a lot of yelling in Dragon Ball. Dudes, I went back and, watched some hype moments from, the original show. The Frieza fight, the Cell fight. Those guys, they have monologues. They're cheesy
Right.
and corny as fuck. but they engage you. You know what I
whatever.
mean? Like it's
They're
like
very entertaining.
they're entertaining, and you're like, yeah, like I want to see these two fight. Where it's like Goku and Broly, like it's just like, okay, like I'm just watching these fireworks happen. You know?
That's all it is. And here's my deal with the Broly thing. So he keeps during the fight. He initially goes after Vegeta, then it goes to Goku, then they fuse or whatever. I don't know what it's called. Anyway,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
fusion, whatever, tight. So there's a point where they point out he's learning, like while he's fighting,
learning as he fights,
and he's always matching Vegeta and Goku.
Yes.
And then his one weakness shown throughout the entire movie is this dumbass shock collar that his dad puts on. It's literally a shock collar.
A shock collar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could not believe it. Like, oh, wait, so he's kicking Vegeta's ass, like who's on like his final level.
Yeah,
by the
right,
way.
right. Who was like destroyer of worlds, basically.
Destroyer of worlds, and a shock collar is the thing that
Yeah.
takes his dude down.
It's a super shock collar, bro. It's a Saiyan shock collar,
bro.
Broly.
Broly. And then Frieza offs the dad in like such a like
Oh, yeah.
that was actually legit. I love that moment when he
I laughed.
Oh, I thought that
because
was
I
so
couldn't
funny.
believe they did it.
yeah, like he just finger guns the guy, and
So-
then he's just like, "Oh no, like Broly, a stray energy beam killed your father."
For the people that have not seen this movie, so Broly is starting to lose, and like Frieza's just like, I need to get him mad, so he just finger beams Broly's dad, and kills him, and just like immediate, just dad falls over, and then Frieza just says so nonchalantly,
Wait, go for it.
"Oh no, Broly, your dad got struck by a random beam of energy. He's dead."
I love how he doesn't even own it. Like he doesn't
No.
even own the fact that he killed him.
It just kills him.
So of course that enrages Broly and he goes even more powerful. So then Goku and Vegeta have to take a little siesta, meaning like they just teleport. Like Goku
peace
is
out.
transition out.
They
They peace
peace
out,
out.
which is fine. I was happy with them. I was like, okay, Jesus Christ, we can breathe for a little bit and not watch people punching for a little bit and get some levity a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like and so they try to learn the fusion dance. Which is hilarious because like Goku's trying to teach them the fusion dance, and I like that scene because
Piccolo, yeah.
Piccolo's like getting fucking pissed off at them because they're fucking it up. And then each time they fuck up, it takes half an hour, and meanwhile Frieza's just on the other, like on the Arctic, getting his shit kicked in, basically. So it's
Because
implied.
Broly can't decide if he's like bad or not. He
Well,
just
he's
decides
so
I'm
enraged that he doesn't know he's punching, basically,
Blind
right?
rage,
Yeah,
yeah.
blind rage, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's implied that Frieza just got an hour and a half's worth of thrashing, which was, I think, pretty funny.
fighting.
But
It's actually pretty solid.
yeah,
I'm okay with that.
So the big finale is just Super Saiyan. They finally fuse. They turn into Gogeta. They turn Super Saiyan Blue.
Was it Gogeta or was it
Vegito?
That was Gogeta.
It was
The one that we
Gogeta,
saw
yes.
was,
Gogeta.
and they actually explained it in the movie.
Did they mention? Did
So
they say
they
yeah.
mentioned that was the other one's Vegito.
Vegito, yes.
Vegito's the one with the earrings.
Yes, so there's
okay.
fusion. So
Yeah.
in the Buu saga, they fuse with earrings, and
Yeah.
that's permanent. Like that's like forever. But then there's some bullshit where they unfuse. Whatever. That's
Dragon
Vegito.
Balls?
No, not Dragon Balls. I think it's Buu's digestive system. I don't want to get into it.
Who ate them?
Yeah, Buu eats them. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never saw the Buu saga.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Spoilers to the Buu saga. I mean, I knew you were gonna
Dude,
watch
the
that.
Buu Saga is batshit, dude.
Yeah,
It
it's
is-
wacky.
It's the
like
weirdest
more
one.
than wacky.
It's the
yeah.
weirdest one.
It's
I might
clearly
get
weird.
back to it after I finish watching Avatar. Because
Okay.
I'm watching Avatar.
The Last Airbender.
Yes.
Oh, an actual
Oh.
good show. Hell
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that's superior.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
okay,
that's
alright,
finish.
alright.
Put down your priority. Anyways,
Okay.
So then Gogeta is the fusion dance. That's permanent. Oh, that's only 30 minutes long. So you saw Super Saiyan Gogeta. That was also a bit of fan service because in Super I know that Vegeta shows up and a lot of people were like, "Well, where's Gogeta?" So they threw him in this movie basically.
Okay.
And dude, like I think on a visceral level, like on like a purely visual spectacle part, I feel like this movie accomplishes what it wants to do visually.
Yeah.
It's easily the best looking Dragon Ball like movie. Like looking at those other like looking at Super especially, like the actual TV show, there's like way more like keyframes in the animation. The line shading is really strong. It looks really distinct, and I really liked like some parts of the choreography. Like there's like a brief moment where you're seeing.
Choreography.
I know it sounds dumb, but like there's like a brief moment where like you're seeing a first person view of Broly and Goku's like trying to come up and like pummel him. It feels like a video
Yeah.
game, and like hey, like that's
That's
the little
cool,
the
yeah,
little
yeah.
10-year-old me. Like
Yeah.
that's what got my like that's what got my nostalgia excited basically, right? There are random weird parts where they just switch to 3D animation. I feel like a lot of anime's been doing this nowadays, and it's always jarring for me. Like I don't know if you
yeah.
guys noticed it, like
yeah.
when they just
Yeah.
transitioned 3D models, and that was like the only part of the visuals that I just did not like. And I was like, why the fuck did you do that? Like,
Right.
whatever. It's fine. I don't know. I'm not an expert on animation, so like maybe there's a reason for it. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
this
think
movie
we're
was
getting
dumb
to,
as hell.
I think we're getting to
Yeah,
rating time.
I talked a lot. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm gonna give it, honestly, 2 centimeters out of 5.
Wow.
2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good
You're
scale.
going to 2.
Yeah, I'm going 2.
Woo!
All
Yeah.
right, Mitchell, we saw it. I want your rating as well.
It's half a centimeter out of 5.
How many Dragon Balls out of?
5. 0. Like, it's so bad. Well, okay, here's my deal. So they made a movie, thus they get half. Like, that is putting your name on the SAT.
Damn.
So,
Okay.
great for them. I will say this.
See, I'm not afraid to give somebody a 0.
Yeah. Well,
You're
it's
gonna give it a
fine.
0, really?
No, I'm not. I feel like I'm in between you two.
Okay.
I felt that when I left the movie, I felt that I was in between you two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, look, getting a movie made is very hard. And
You sound like you're giving this person an F, and they're like, never mind, go ahead.
no, I'm giving you an F because you put your name on it.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Because you got your name
no,
on it.
look, here's the deal. I went back and because we saw that the reviews for this movie were actually
really
pretty
solid.
good.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what were these reviewers seeing? And then I realized, okay, so it's not the New York Times reviewing
No,
this
it's
movie.
not. No.
These are all these just like random blogs. And the
This
main
is Lizard Eater 127.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have given you that
Exactly.
disclaimer. Like, this is like this is the big flaw of Rotten Tomatoes is that when you see an 86%, like not all 80% are created equal on
no,
Rotten
they're
Tomatoes.
not
No.
all equal.
So these
This
were
is-
fans that reviewed it, right? So
the one
There's
positive
nothing wrong with that.
review that I took away, and I'm like, okay, I will accept this opinion, is the LA Times, whoever reviewed it for them, they said that this is a perfect movie for a Dragon Ball fan.
yes.
And I think you have to be a current Dragon Ball fan.
Yeah, I think you need to be caught
Yeah.
up. And I'm somewhere in this
Yes.
weird in-between state where it's like I'm not caught up with Super, but I still like I played the new Dragon Ball fighting game, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that shit, but like it still didn't connect with me on a level that a lot of my friends did,
Right.
and I'm like, I don't know.
So there's nothing engaging about the characters or the plot.
No.
The action sequences I thought were frankly boring. Like
Well,
for
it's just
as
too
long
much
as
of
they
it.
were.
Yeah.
Dude, there was nothing I got out of them. There was no storytelling in the action sequences, which is what you got during the Frieza saga.
Yes.
A lot of back and forth, a lot of gains and losses. This was just a bad movie. That was all about fan service, which is great, but it did not serve me. So half whatever out of 5.
So I told you I'm sitting in between you two.
Yeah.
0.5 to
Yeah.
my rating.
Yeah.
It's closer to the 0.5. I gave it a 0.75.
There you go.
0.75. We're going down to okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the
I'm
next
good.
episode will be like, I give this one 1.7325.
Well, no,
out
the
of
real
5.
thing is I can't give it 0.5 because I thought it was better than that, but I
Sure.
also can't give it a 1 because I didn't think it was as good as that. So I'm not
Okay.
saying it's a perfect rating and that we should change our rating system. I'm just saying for this particular movie, I can't give it a 1.
I feel bad bringing you guys along. That was,
Oh, no.
I was having some dumb fun with it, and that's why I gave it a 2. But I was like, oh god,
Dude,
like,
I had
we
a
are
great
not
time.
feeling this.
I had a great time more looking over at you guys and being like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Bewildered
Yeah.
by this movie.
Yes. So, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
But is that the worst movie of the week, though?
That's what I'm wondering too. We have T-Dawg here, who, if you saw on our YouTube channel or Wix page, you saw him lose the challenge of the Super Smash stock battle. What movie did you see?
So a few weeks ago, it was before it left theaters. I saw Holmes and Watson, the critically acclaimed Victorian age Sherlock tale.
Okay.
nice.
No,
no,
it
period
is
piece,
very.
period
It
piece,
is
great.
It's a period piece.
So
Nice
I
out.
would like to start off
Done.
saying, I feel envious of Andre last week, or 2 weeks, however long we did the last
2
one,
weeks
because
ago, yeah.
he made me kind of want to see the movie that he was describing. There
I
were elements
sold
of
it
it
to
where
you.
I
I was
was
not
like,
trying to sell you.
You wanted to see the Humanity
no,
Bureau?
Maybe not actually see it, but where I could be like, that's like
Maybe it has Nick
a
Cage.
bad enough movie where it'd be somewhat entertaining. Maybe if you drank enough, I'm not sure exactly, but I don't see any light that you would make this movie entertaining. Even if you're like trying to riff on it, it's really hard to find redeeming qualities. So essentially, it's a pretty basic Sherlock plot. You have James Moriarty, the primary bad guy throughout a lot of Sherlock
like every
story
single one.
tales, right?
Yeah.
He's the main bad.
So it starts off, they're after him. Sherlock isn't able to. They're not able to, I guess, convict him ever. He ends up taking off to America, but they still think that he might actually be there. It turns out to be Sherlock's like housekeeper, who is actually James Moriarty's daughter. Is doing this plot against the Queen.
Man. All right.
To assassinate the Queen.
Yeah.
And then she even frames Watson for a brief, maybe like 5 to 10 minute span, and it all happens so quick. Like when you think about the plot line, it's condensed so short. There's really not much of the plot. But basically, the entire movie is Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
They're just overacting on this Victorian, they have the accent, the clothes. It's almost like somebody really disliked, I guess, the popularity of Sherlock Tales, and just decided to put out this movie that was. It didn't even like. Yeah, I mean, it was satire, but essentially there weren't even. I guess if I'm going to a Will Ferrell movie or John C. Reilly, I'm expecting some dumb comedic relief. And there were almost Three Stooge-esque type interactions where it was like I don't know if they were actually
humor.
But I don't know if they were actually trying to get a laugh from the audience or if they were trying not to get a laugh from the audience.
You're saying that this was a comedy, like trying to not be funny.
Yeah, and
that's not nice, T-Dawg.
Yeah, it was really.
They made a movie, damn it.
that's
put their name on the
somebody
paper.
made a movie.
The funny thing is that I'm thinking over here is like, I'm thinking this movie's terrible, but at the same time, I'm also wondering, is there many other actors that have their middle initial in movies?
Right.
Like we keep saying Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure about that, but so
Michael
James
J. Fox.
Moriarty is played by I can't think of his name.
I can look it up.
He's from Schindler's List.
Ray Fiennes?
It's not.
Ralph Fiennes or Liam Neeson? He's in it as well.
Liam Neeson is not in this movie.
He's not in this movie. Okay.
Hugh Laurie is in this
Hugh
movie.
Laurie's in it.
He
Hugh
plays.
Laurie's in this movie?
He is briefly. So he plays Sherlock's brother.
And that's a good fit for him, even though
the issue is they have like maybe a minute or two.
It is Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
So, okay, so he's James Moriarty, the primary bad guy.
Voldemort.
However, he's only they very minor like dialogue for him. And you see him a few times in the movie, but it's really mainly screen time is Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly overacting this accent. And trying to do this.
Well, I mean,
comedic.
I didn't know Steve Coogan was in it too.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's not
They
like
dragged a
it's
lot
not,
of people down.
Yeah, it's interesting, like the character, or I guess the actors that were in this.
Yeah.
The Hugh Laurie dialogue is basically a few minutes, and it's him and Will Ferrell. They're basically mind. Telepathically communicating because it's like this like the spiel of they're so intelligent that they can just communicate non-verbally and so they go through it.
Well, the funny thing is the first thing I thought of when you said mind telepathy and Sherlock Holmes was in the Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows. Remember how they're playing a chess game at this party and like they're making their moves in their head? Oh, you're going to do this. Well, I'm going to do this. Like that kind of thing.
And so it's interesting that you made it in that voice because that's kind of how you get the entire like that exact voice is that entire Sherlock plot. So,
but it wasn't funny.
No,
like it sounds like it could be funny. But it has to be
the expert. Right. The excerpt of Mike's voice was, kind of interesting in terms of how he just kind of made this dialogue. But it was that in the entire span of the movie, and so there were a few parts where you had the where it would pause reality, and then you'd get Sherlock like calculating, this path or whatever. But a lot of I would say that happened maybe I don't know a handful of times, and it was just like some stupid. Like a B to hit a B or something like that. And at the end, I think it kind of introduced this like lackluster love interest. So
sweet.
It was
Sherlock win.
Yes.
Oh, spoilers! You asshole.
Dude, what the fuck, bro?
I
Disclaimer, spoilers.
Oh, yeah, spoilers.
Can we go and edit the yes out of there, and I'll just
Oh,
be like,
absolutely.
I'll
not.
be like,
This is-
I don't know,
It's a-
T-Dog.
maybe,
I don't
maybe
think
watch the movie and see.
I don't
Why
think
would
I have
people do
the,
this.
I don't think I have the ability to edit you guys. I only have the ability to edit myself.
Oh goodness. But
Because
yeah,
there's definitely things in this podcast that have not been edited out.
that's true.
So,
I'm so glad we don't have video.
I also went back to try to, I guess, review or, look up Google reviews on it to see what people enjoyed about the movie. And there were a few, I guess, positive reviews on it, but I just couldn't pick out what they actually liked about the movie.
Was it John B. Riley?
I don't know. It probably was. The movie...
John F. Riley.
John F.
It was really difficult to
Phil
get
Wherrell.
through. It's a movie that you'd walk out of the movie theater.
Really? So you
it's, it's not even like you can't find the bad, laughable, where you're
It's
laughing
just
at
so
a movie because it's so
weird in
bad or
between,
absurd.
you know what I
No,
mean?
it's
Like-
it's just that there's no the comedic relief of it. I mean, it was non-existent, but it was
Non-existent. Wow.
Woof.
For a comedy, you kind of want to be funny.
Yeah, wow.
I really don't know what to say about it because I enjoy their those two actors' other stupid
They have- yeah.
movies. I mean they make stupid jokes, but
Right.
in
They
this,
have
it's not
decent
even
stupid movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Talladega Nights is
Oh,
great between
yeah.
those.
Yeah,
and then I mean,
Talladega Nights,
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers
Step
is
Brothers.
amazing.
And what is the commonality between those two movies that we just said, though? Adam McKay, who's
Yeah,
the director.
that's
Oh,
true.
yeah, that's true.
Who has now gone on to more serious films like The Big Short and Vice, which have comedic elements. But I think there is something to be said about being in the hands of a master director.
Yeah.
Even in comics.
I don't know about this one though.
No, that's to say, Adam McKay is not a part of
Right,
Sherlock or whatever.
Right,
it's
and I get
Holmes
that.
and Watson.
Holmes and Watson, whatever. Yeah.
Fucking-
I just feel like any other. I don't even know if it was the director. I don't know if it was the script.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out who the director was.
Like I said, I almost feel like it was somebody that was purposely trying to make a bad, like a non-laughable.
That's dude,
I guess a
that's-
sick practical joke.
I'm not entirely sure.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
I was also this like movie.
Ethan Cohen from Israel. He was a writer-producer known for Idiocracy,
Is
Men,
he like the third?
Idiocracy's good.
Is
Like,
he
I
the
like
third
Idiocracy.
Cohen brother?
Men in Black 3, and then
Okay.
Holmes and Watson.
Yeah, I know.
Wait,
okay,
There's a
one.
steep down.
He was also a writer on Tropic Thunder.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait,
Whoa,
time out.
wow,
Wait, time
okay.
out. So there's Joel and Ethan Cohen.
They are not related.
Yeah.
This is E10 Cohen.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Okay,
so
well,
unfortunate.
it doesn't matter. Like Idiocracy.
These are no,
I
they're
love
not even
Fargo.
close to related because Cohen is Coen. This one is Cohen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Okay.
matter. Idiocracy was a great movie.
Yeah,
like
Idiocracy's
the,
Yeah, it's a good movie.
But he's a writer producer. He's not a director. On this one.
Oh.
But
okay.
But I mean, it would
Direction's
go-
a
I
different
really
thing, dude.
I don't know
Direction's a
where
different
like
thing.
I don't know who to blame this movie on.
Everyone?
Aside from everyone like
It sounds like it.
accepting roles.
Accepting
speaking
accepting
these lines.
jobs. Okay.
Not-
Do we
I'm
know
not
who
sure.
the production company was? Because that they even greenlit it is probably a
I
problem.
think
Yeah.
it was a big one. I thought it was Warner's because they tried
Oh.
to sell it to Netflix.
Netflix, right? And Netflix didn't
And
want
Netflix
it.
passed. They're like because
They're
I
like
think,
we've got all these Adam Sandler movies.
We're doing well.
We're
We've
good.
already got our stupid comedy
Yes.
quotient.
Yeah.
From what I heard, they were asking for too much money on the sell. So Netflix is just like, we're spending
Yeah, I
all
mean
our money
over
on Rome.
$5 is
So,
probably. most
I,
of it.
I would look that up, Mike, if you want to look that up. I think it was Warner Brothers. I don't
I'll
want to
look it
throw
up.
them under
Okay.
the bus.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I wanna
think
know.
we'll disclaimer this with a lot of uncertainty around our what we state as
Yes.
quote unquote not facts. I don't know.
Yeah, you know,
You know,
fiction facts.
I'm
Fiction
pulling it up.
facts.
We're
Alternative
close.
facts.
Talkie facts.
alt facts. Yeah.
Alt facts.
Alternative facts.
Yeah.
Gary Sanchez Productions,
Oh,
Columbia Pictures.
Okay.
Columbia.
Columbia.
Okay. So Gary Sanchez, that is the production company of actually Adam McKay and Will Ferrell. So,
I was
Oh,
gonna say
really?
it's still
Yeah.
produced by Adam
Yeah.
McKay.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So that means he
Oh.
threw money at it.
Yeah,
But creatively, he probably had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, sure.
So
Okay.
So
Gary
I mean,
Sanchez, by the way, that's hilarious.
I
Because
still
that was before the baseball player.
Oh, Gary Sanchez. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
I feel like they intentionally made it just. I don't know for what reason. Maybe it's a tax write-off.
Yeah, there could be. Yeah, you're
Tax
right.
write-off.
Maybe.
I want to know how they got all these people in it. Like,
Maybe
I'm
it's
thinking,
legit. Like they just wanted to hang out. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
So
like
I
you
mean,
always hear like all Adam Sandler
you know,
movies, like grown ups. That's just him wanting to
they
hang out
love
with his
people. Yeah.
Yeah, like they just hanging out.
Yeah, I
but-
mean that could be the case, and if they would throw like an interesting Sherlock line, or maybe work on some plot, I could take it as a non-comedy type, kind of
Right.
like the
Sure.
BBC series or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I don't
Yeah.
really see those actors playing that type of role, but it'd be interesting to see.
No.
Definitely not Benedict Lumberbatch.
Cumberbatch. How dare you?
I, for one, can't wait.
Bandersnatch?
Bundersnatch? Bandersnatch.
I cannot wait for the inevitable sequel of Sherlock Holmes Infinity
okay.
War.
Okay, well, okay, so there's more to this.
Did
So,
they leave a sequel?
there's more?
So
Oh.
I
No.
I didn't laugh at all during the entire thing. I like not even forced chuckle, etc.
Oh.
But there was
Ouch.
the very end. The entire movie, James Moriarty, presumably in America somewhere, which is
Like
a
white knuckling this
kind of
because
the-
I feel like I know what you're going to
kind
say.
of the
Keep
Wild
going.
West, right?
Okay.
And so at the very end, cut to this is I can't remember if it was post credits or just right at the end. So you cut to this Western style looking bar.
Yeah.
James Moriarty sitting there. Some kid delivers him a note that says, we know where you are or whatever. And then pan over to the guys sitting there in cowboy hats, and I had to chuckle there just because the prospect of a sequel to that, and that made me laugh. So I was going to say I did not laugh at all during that movie, but that part made me laugh.
Just the idea.
Just the
Actually
idea.
thought it might make money.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, hey.
Farrell, dude. John C. Reilly.
Good for them.
Optimism
So
gets you far in this
I was
business.
also thinking, based on this, is at some point after we've done enough of these podcasts, that maybe we should, pick one of the bad movies, and everyone sits down and watches it.
Oh, there's one.
There's
that we
one
already
that we
have
have in mind. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. We don't. Do we want to spoil it or no?
Well, I think when I say bad movie, that
oh,
people
okay.
watch,
okay, sure.
there's
sure.
one that comes to mind.
Yes.
I was gonna
Well,
say,
it's
it's,
Okay, but
Do you wanna say
that's
it?
different.
I thought we talked about this last podcast.
Did
The
we?
Room
The Room.
is
Yes.
amazing.
The Room is.
Yeah.
You've seen The Room?
No.
Oh,
but
okay. Got it.
Okay.
That's on the last podcast.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
But the
But I'm
reputation,
saying
yes,
like
yes, the
as
reputation
a
precedes
collection of ones that we've had through this podcast and picked. Like I would say
Like,
The
if
Room's
we-
something different. It's been out for a
okay.
If
while.
we
Yeah,
get,
you're
if we
right.
get through like 20
Yeah,
of these
yeah.
and we're just like, oh man,
Like-
Humanity Bureau,
Yeah.
Holmes and
I
Watson.
mean,
So we have to like find the
honestly-
worst of the worst. you're
Honestly,
saying?
the worst
Like,
of the worst is gonna be Holmes
Yeah,
and
Wall of
Watson, right?
Shame kind
Like
of
I
thing.
think
well,
that's
hey, let's
Dude,
go.
you haven't seen Humanity Bureau, my dog. You got it. Like it's.
I mean, my thought process right now is if we do this, if we're still doing this in a year,
Yeah.
March Madness is coming up.
Yeah.
And we
Oh,
could
God,
line
that'd
up
be
all of
hellacious.
them.
You do a bracket.
And
of
do a
shitty
bracket.
movies.
60,
Try to
18
kill us.
bracket.
Wow.
Jesus, God.
That-
yeah,
that would be
playing
interesting,
games
though,
for
like-
bullshit.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
about to say
yeah.
playing games. I feel like Broly makes the
probably-
playing games for
We'd
that.
probably
right?
have like we'd probably get to 32 movies,
Yeah.
but we'd probably see some
a
other
bracket out
crappy
of it.
ones that
Okay.
are not on the list, like Broly,
Okay.
and so we could
add
throw
them in.
Broly
Okay.
in,
That'd
and
be
then just
interesting.
kind of have
I mean,
a bracket.
I'm not looking
with-
forward to watching all of those, but that sounds.
No, I'm not saying we watch all of
No,
them.
I say we watch them all. Like we.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
And then we.
How much free time
maybe
do you think
not
I have?
32. Maybe not
It's a lot of
32.
movies.
Yeah, dude,
and
I-
I'm a guy who watches like a ton of movies, so that's a lot.
We'll see.
Maybe once
That
we
was
get
very
down
eloquent.
to like the Elite
What's
Eight
that?
or
A lot of
something.
movies.
that may be a little more doable. We'll figure it out. Maybe the final four,
Okay.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
We can do Elite Eight or Final
Yeah.
Four, whatever.
Yeah,
Alright.
something like
we
that.
can agree on movies that we all have seen collectively.
Yes.
Like, just,
Yeah, like
either-
for me anyway. I don't know if Broly would make my Elite Eight.
oh, it's
No,
not
probably
Elite.
by the-
It is a terrible movie.
No, I'm not even saying
No,
that.
no,
I'm
no,
saying
Like,
like,
he's not even a lead of the terrible movies, is what he's saying.
Oh, yeah.
He's saying
I don't
it's
think
not
that
bad
would make
enough
my
to
list.
be Elite
Oh,
Eight.
gotcha, dude. It's on the bottom of my
Ah.
list. I know it came out last year, but it's on the bottom of my 2018 and 19 list.
Wow,
already.
damn.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Broly sucks.
We'll
Put a shock collar on that thing, dude.
I would have
It's
rather
so-
watched. I would have rather watched Broly.
all right.
Ooh.
Let's get to your rating.
Yeah, what's your rating?
Oh wait.
I'm not rating this. It's,
You can't not rate it.
You have to give it
have
out
to
of
rate
5
it.
something.
Even
It's-
0 is a possibility.
I
Yeah,
fine.
0.
It's 0.
0 out of 5. What?
stars because it's not worth putting
A joke.
like,
A joke.
it's not even.
He put-
that's exactly the
How about
movie.
this?
That's
Yeah.
No
T-Dawg.
joke.
You just-
Can we say trench coat? I don't know.
No.
Oh,
it
what was
doesn't
that?
deserve it.
What was that bad selfie joke that they had in the in the trailer?
Yeah,
camera
so
where he hits-
there's the old camera and they knock out the queen.
Whoa. He
The
punched
Queen Victoria's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing.
He punched a bee, didn't he?
Yeah, that was part of the
0 out of 5 bees.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure,
sure.
whatever.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
even want
It's
to
a
put
B
that effort
movie.
in it.
What are we gonna do when we watch the B movie? Damn it! Oh,
Dude, the B movie's amazing.
0 out of 5 bestiality? I don't
yeah, my
Dude, love is love is love, dude.
Yeah, right, dude.
Dude, Shape of Water won the Oscar. We're in a post-bestiality
God.
world.
That's right.
Hashtag fish sex. So we're going to jump to our thing we do every time. We're going to shorten it a little bit because it seemed like it would drag down a little bit last time. Basically, just a movie you are feeling something strongly about. It can be positive or negative.
Okay.
Upcoming. I guess I'll go around again. All right,
Do
yeah.
it. It's on you.
I was gonna wait because I feel like somebody else is gonna bring this movie up, and so I was gonna wait until the end because I have a backup plan just in case.
All right.
But I guess I'll jump first. Alita Battle Angel is going to suck.
Hot take.
Hot take.
It is going to suck.
That has 33 on Rotten Tomatoes.
33 right now. Yeah. Okay.
Already?
So the embargo is up then.
Yeah.
So the embargo is off. I did not know that ratings or anything like that. I just knew from the trailers.
Dude,
it is gonna suck.
It's an anime adaptation, and they fucking went for the direction of, all right, it's an anime adaptation, so we'll make like the main character's eyes super big.
just big and buggy.
It's just like that's a choice.
I would have understood if they did that for like Mantis for like the Avengers movie.
Well,
or
yeah.
something like
Well,
that.
that's cohesive. Like that makes
right,
sense.
exactly.
Yeah.
This one, it seemed out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. It just feels to me like it's going to suck.
Christoph Waltz is in it. I mean,
So I don't know the
He might be the saving grace, but he seems like a 10-minute part.
yeah.
I don't know the story. So can someone like catch me up? Because
I don't
see the
really
trailer,
know
but...
the story super well. It's just the classic '80s battle manga.
So she's a robot.
She's a super robot. Yeah, she's part of the super robot genre. So it's like kind of
Okay.
super tropey. Like have
I
you
can
ever
tell
heard
you
of
what.
Astro
Yeah,
Boy?
I can tell you what happens in the trailer. That's about it.
Yeah.
So she's not a human. So she
she's
does
a
have big
robot.
eyes.
She gets
she's a
dropped
robot.
from like this society that's above everybody
Yep.
else. She's their trash, but she is a robot that's like extremely good at fighting. Christoph Waltz takes her in, like is the dad, and basically says, "You need to destroy the society because they're keeping us down and making it impossible to live because we live down here."
So this is like Geppetto if you turn Pinocchio into like a battle monster.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
He would kill the
That
whale.
sounds like a much better movie
Dude, fuck yeah.
than.
He would kill the whale instead of being eaten by the whale.
Right.
I would watch that.
I definitely see a puppet take on a whale.
Yeah. Anyway, Alita, Battle Angel.
Alita battle suckage.
We'll see.
To be fair, no
But
one
actually, it
has
sounds like
seen
we're
this.
already. Yeah, exactly. I think it's gonna bomb.
The
Totally.
funny thing is, I'm
I think
also willing to see it
Okay.
because I do feel like there is some love put into it, so there's a chance.
There's
it
like
might
a
be
weird because like what I don't understand is that Alita Battle Angel is not nearly popular enough of a property for
Yeah.
it to like them to think, oh, this will make money. Like
Right.
So like Ghost in the Shell. Like
Well,
I liken
and
this to
especially-
like you remember Ghost in the Shell that came out
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
years ago. That has enough cachet with enough nerds that like okay I get it. You're gonna try to make money
So
on
much
it.
cachet that they cast Scarlett Johansson as the main
Dude,
character.
holy fuck! Oh my god.
That is a discussion for a completely different
trigger
podcast,
warning.
The worst
but
part
yeah.
is they
Andre.
made it a plot point. That whole
that she was
whitewashing.
yeah, yes,
It was
they
so
made that a
bad.
plot
Just call it
point,
what it is.
and it was bad.
It was
It
whitewashing.
was not
Oh,
good.
so bad.
Anyways, but like Ghost in the Shell, that's popular. It's called classic. I don't see a lot of people talking about Aelita, you know. So I don't really know why they made this movie, and that's why I'm curious about it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Somebody out there really fucking
Well, and
loves
like
Aelita and made this movie.
who jumped on it too is the weird thing about it all. The what is his name? Cameron.
Cameron.
No, his last name's Cameron.
Oh, James Cameron.
James
James Cameron.
Cameron.
Thank
James
you.
Cameron.
I was spacing
Yeah.
on it. Yeah, James Cameron jumped on this.
Sure.
Like of all people.
Yeah.
You've got.
Is he producing it,
He is.
or is he a writer? Because he likes to write too.
Oh, does he like to write?
So the thing about Avatar, technologically amazing, blah blah blah. He was also a writer on it, and he poached a ton from other movies and other stories, which is fine.
Yeah.
But also it shows that he's not particularly a strong
Sure.
writer.
Like you're
So
not
much as
screenplay
it
is by
James Cameron.
James Cameron.
the
Okay.
story is by or the screenplay.
Screenplay.
I mean, it's an
is-
adaptation,
ugh.
so like you know,
Yeah,
Right.
and
Gotcha,
so
gotcha.
and like
Okay.
Robert
Already by
Rodriguez
definition
is,
derivative, right? So
is part of it. Like it's
I'm not a huge fan of his. But
yeah, but
no,
still,
but he
so,
still
like,
has a style. at
yeah,
least.
he has
does.
a style and he has a reputation. So.
Right.
He does.
So
Yeah.
it's one of those things that it should be better than it is, but for whatever reason,
It looks bad. No, I'm with you.
we've got a star as a writer, we've got a star as a director.
Yeah.
As much as you don't like him, but he's a star. Let's
Yeah.
give it what it is. And you got Christoph Waltz, who's a star himself.
Yeah.
2-time Oscar winner.
Dude,
Exactly.
The dude acts.
There's 3 people that should have made this movie better than it is, and I'm just sitting here going, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
But I still feel like I would see it.
Maybe the marketing team just let us down. Although if that was the case, then we know Rotten Tomatoes, like, it would be like
Right.
amazing,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious about it too. Definitely curious. I don't know.
Mitchell, anything you're strongly or negatively positive or
Yeah, I mean, like,
Talk
there's, I don't know, like, so I'm looking through basically what's coming out the next couple weeks, and I wouldn't say strong opinion comes to mind for any of these, but I'm just gonna say it just because I've seen it bombarded on like pretty much every movie I have gone to see in the theater. This is one of the trailers that's featured, and isn't it romantic? Is the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah. So Rebel Wilson is the star of this movie, where this is a early 30s something white girl living in New York who is single, and she gets mugged in a New York subway, as one does, and runs into a pool, again, as one does, and she wakes up arising from a coma, and she realizes, holy crap, my life is different. And as it turns out, her life is now a romantic comedy, a PG-13 romantic comedy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow, that pretty much reads like the overview on this. That's pretty
Exactly.
good.
Rob Schneider is a carrot. And, like, that's
I'm a carrot.
a romantic comedy. So Rebel Wilson of Pitch Perfect
Pitch
fame
Perfect.
and among other things is in it with Liam Hemsworth, who is the hunkiest of all the Hemsworths,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Sure.
And
That's an opinion.
oh yeah, that's an opinion. That's an opinion, man.
Okay.
So it's a romantic comedy. So it can be.
I'll jump on the hot take.
No,
hot take.
What's your hot take? Are you gonna say Thor or?
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
as-
I'd say
as-
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a hot take. Like, he's,
No. I'm just saying compared to your Liam.
Oh.
I'm giving you the hot take
Yes,
of
yes.
Liam.
yes.
Oh,
You get
sure.
the hipster
Okay.
take award.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah,
You got
Gotcha.
the hipster hot take.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
liked
yeah,
it before it was cool.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Chris Hemsworth is.
Okay.
He's been a hunk.
So,
I
Oh,
mean,
T-Dawg's a little uncomfortable.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Enough of these
so
Hemsworths.
are you
Compared
looking
Hemsworths.
forward to this movie, or are you has
Oh.
it been good or
So
bad?
far, you're like
Yeah.
selling.
Yeah,
it.
I'm trying to
Oh,
read your...
T-Dawg. I will say, if I lose this week's challenge, this will probably be the movie I have to see.
Okay.
Not by choice. It looks awful. It does.
It
So
does, yeah.
every time I see the trailer, nothing about it has grown on me. It's usually a good time to check the phone, see if there's any emails or last minute texts
Right.
Yep.
before the movie
Last
comes on.
minute bathroom break, just in case.
Maybe hop on the Bumble a little bit, do
Yeah,
a little
right.
swiping, which I guess leads into the movie itself. But
I was just gonna say, you get a Bumble, you can take her with.
so anyway, this movie does not look good at all.
Maybe
but-
Liam Hemsworth will see it with you,
Bro, dude, all right,
Bro.
don't tease me like that. Come on, man.
Broly.
Dude, bro,
Broly.
that Australian accent, it's crazy. So, what I do think, I don't know if this is stunt casting or not, but it's two people living in New York, and both are Australian actors still using their Australian accents.
I mean, that's like better
Oh.
than the... I'd rather have them like flaunt their Australian accents than like try... Like, I don't know. Not everybody can hide their accents.
Rather
Yeah.
than
You know?
have Will Ferrell do a British accent.
Yes, exactly. Right.
It's
you
not
know?
it's not that their accents were bad. It's just there was no substance amongst what they were trying to say.
I feel like you
Fair.
need to watch Holmes and Watson in a very specific mindset
Yeah.
for it to work.
Oh, that's an awkward mindset.
I don't
You
know
know
what
what I
type of mindset.
Okay, well, you know.
I-
We live next to Massachusetts.
Yeah, dude. So maybe you should go
Even-
watch it
no,
there.
Even then,
I'm talking inebriated, like
Oh, you're
there's-
talking like slobbery, like.
Oh,
I
dude,
feel like they
Or
would
like
just be
in a
sad.
coma.
then.
it's a perfect Netflix movie.
yeah,
like
yeah,
honestly,
yeah, yeah.
it sounds like a perfect because if Adam Sandler's getting that kind of money, like
Yeah, right.
you
People
know
watch it.
but if they still had some left in the budget, I'm sorry that Rome was getting all this money on their Oscar campaign. They would have spent it on fucking Holmes and Watson. Anyway, isn't it romantic? Not on my list. but potentially could be if I lose this week's challenge. Andre.
Which we're gonna find out. Yeah.
All right.
But
So this movie I'm excited for. It is. I feel like I'm gonna always pick like the kids movies. Lego Movie 2. The second
that
part.
should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I was pleasantly surprised by the Lego Movie.
Yep.
And I loved the Lego Batman.
Okay.
The Lego Batman might be my favorite Batman movie. Like straight up.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I've heard a lot of people give that take.
Like.
I liked Lego Batman movie, but
I know. No. I again, I'm not here to tell you that your opinion is wrong. I'm just saying.
I'm not here to tell you your
I
opinion.
know.
But it is.
But like, oh, okay, gotcha. Well, thank you for letting me know.
I
Anyways,
love how Batman is that kind of character, though.
Yes.
Where I think that's a legitimate take that you have with the Batman movie.
He could go both ways.
right?
Like,
He's such a range.
dark or like a kids movie.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Like,
Like, totally
exactly.
whimsical. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Lego Batman. Talk about Lego Batman 2
We
or
should.
Lego Batman 2. Yeah, we should.
Lego movie too.
Lego-
Lego Movie 2, the second part. I don't know. I mean, like, I haven't watched too much trailer for this because, frankly, I'm already sold on it. Right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to be reviewing okay.
It was
and-
92 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So they didn't fuck it up, right? So like,
Presumably not.
I just
Yeah.
love the fact that they've introduced like other brands as the bad guys.
I know.
Like,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, no, it's
I can't
such a
think
cool
of what
idea.
it is, but it's like Playmobil almost.
Yeah,
but
like
it's
make a block
not.
building
It's not-
blocks
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
Building
it's like
blocks, yeah.
it's the opposite brand that like tried to go after Lego's fortune.
Is it Mega Blocks? Is that what's
I thought it was
maybe?
building blocks.
Building
or
blocks,
something.
maybe. Yeah,
I don't
Lincoln
know.
Lo- whatever.
All right, that's
It
another
doesn't
one
matter,
of those
yeah.
we're not
yeah,
sure
it doesn't,
facts.
doesn't
around
matter.
here.
Yeah, but like that first movie is just so charming. And the anime, like I love the pseudo stop motion animation style. I feel
Right.
like that movie really pops. And yeah, I'm just sold on the sequel. So
Nice.
not really much else to say besides that. So yeah.
Nice. T-Dawg?
Well, unfortunately, Andre also stole my choice.
Sorry. It's a good movie.
I would also go with the Lego 2 movie.
Right.
I saw the first one when it was out in theaters. I even think it was on a first date.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the
Yeah.
relationship didn't work out, but the Lego,
The Lego
2,
movie is
the
good.
Lego 2
Your
sequel
relationship with the
looks
movie
like it's
worked out.
working out.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. All right. So T-Dawg, while we're talking to you, you lost our challenge last time. You had to see obviously Holmes and Watson.
Yes.
We are curious because you have sent us a bracket before this challenge, and we have not seen what we're doing. What are we doing?
All right. Well, the bracket that was sent out was a 4-person bracket.
Okay.
You basically have to lose, first person to lose twice, boils down. Randomized seeds, so there wasn't any unfair competitions.
I was wondering how you did that because I was the 1 seed and I was a little nervous.
No, I just went there and clicked randomized seed,
Okay.
generated the bracket, and then we'll see who basically loses to first. We don't need to play the winning unless we really want spoil rights.
Okay.
But I don't know if we should. Are we going to segue to the video, or should I announce what we're doing?
Well, announce what we're doing, and then we'll segue to the video
okay,
after that.
we're going to play a little NBA Jam.
Oh shit.
All right. Any
excited.
particular
But
year, or is it just NBA?
It's one for Android TV, the
nice.
newer
Okay.
one, so it should have an update-ish.
Yeah, that works.
I
Victor
have not.
Oladipo's on the map.
I have
so
not
it's
played
kinda
it much
Oh,
more than
okay.
like a few minutes, so we're all on a little more evenly playing field compared
Okay.
to
so not giving yourself
Andre,
that full advantage.
Andre's
Hey,
playing
hey,
24/7.
We all
Smash
had the
all
same tool
fucking
set
day.
available to us, alright? The most skilled fighter, or should I rather say the least
All right.
skilled fighter lost.
Yeah, it's
So-
whatever, Andre. Okay,
Alright.
that's cool.
Well,
I
It's-
brought quarters the first week and ended up in the losers bracket. Like, come on.
That's on you, dude. You made your own bed with that
No,
one.
I didn't try to give myself an advantage. That's really what it
Yeah,
was.
that's it. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't really going for an advantage.
Me and T-Dawg left. We left the apartment.
I-
Andre and Mike were still playing quarters.
I had things.
Yeah.
it took a while, man. It
Um,
was a saga. I lost my own home.
And you
Jeez.
took damage to the table.
Yes, my
yeah.
beautiful.
It's
ornate
it's
table.
fair that he took a little advantage. I think there was an old NBA Jam a long time ago that I used to play back in 90 something.
Yeah,
one at the
Who
barcade in
knows?
New Haven.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
Yeah. I
We
goaltended the
should've-
hell out of your ass. That was
Hey,
awesome.
dude.
We should have just gone to New Haven.
Yeah, you guys.
you're right.
Oh,
We
still got time.
It's time.
um,
Let's get in the car.
I don't know. We'll see. Let's.
Okay.
Or we could just play here.
Yeah, let's just play here.
We'll make a decision. Tune in to the I don't know, YouTube channel.
YouTube and Wix
posts-
page. It'll be up later tonight, probably after everything's done.
Find out if we ended up driving 45 minutes to complete this challenge.
Spoilers!
We stayed right here.
Spoilers, we're not.
Fucking didn't. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for listening in. This is the second episode of Game for a Movie. Any closing words from you guys?
Have a good night.
Maybe Dragon Ball was never good.
Oh, that's a bold hot take to go to on the end. Really?
Yeah. No. Sorry.
All right. Well,
Mitchell's like reeling for like, oh god.
I will go out and jump in front of this bullet and said, I love Dragon Ball Z.
all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm more on Mitchell's side on this one. So for Mitchell, Andre,